My name is Dawn Eden Goldstein. I'm a Catholic laywoman, and I have a message for my fellow Catholics, my fellow Christians, and as a Jewish convert to Catholicism, my fellow Jews, and a message to every person of goodwill regarding Alex Pretti. I've learned from newspaper research, which I'll share with you, that Alex Pretti was raised Catholic. He was a student at a Catholic grade school, and he was a member of a Catholic Cub Scout chapter. He was awarded the Light of Christ Medal, which I learned is a Catholic Scouting medal that is awarded to Cub Scouts whose parents are involved in their religious formation. Now, it does not surprise me at all to learn that Alex Pretti was raised Catholic because of the way he died. Alex Pretti died the way that every Catholic, every Christian, every human being of goodwill should hope to die, as holy a death as Alex Pretti had. He fulfilled the definition of neighbor that Jesus Christ gave in speaking about the Good Samaritan. He literally saw someone by the road. In fact, his last recorded words that I could hear in the video were urging the federal agents not to push people into the street. So, like the Good Samaritan, he saw a woman who had been violently treated in the road. And even though there were men with guns surrounding him, his first instinct was not to think, oh my gosh, if I help this woman, then I could get killed. His first instinct, which he followed, was to help that woman. In fact, Alex Pretti, as we now know, spent his life helping people. He helped wounded soldiers. We have a video of him giving a final salute, a kind of prayer over a soldier who had died in the intensive care unit where Alex Pretti was a nurse. And we can imagine that the reason why he even had a gun on his person that is now shamefully being used as some sort of justification for his murder, his carrying a legally concealed gun, we can assume that he only wanted to protect people. I'm assuming that because everything that's come out about his life thus far has been about how he lived his life caring for people and protecting people. But I want to say something else about Alex Pretti, and this goes to other words of Jesus. Jesus' words in John's Gospel, chapter 15, verse 13, that about the greatest love that a human being can have, where Jesus said at the Last Supper, greater love than this no man hath, that a man lay down his life for his friends. During the coming weeks, hours, we are going to hear a great deal from the Trump administration that murdered Alex Pretti. We are going to hear them say that he was not a saint. We are going to hear them dig up things, reasons. They've already lied and said that he was brandishing a weapon, which he wasn't, that he intended to massacre people, which he very obviously did not. We're going to hear more things to try to portray him as not being a saint. What I want to say to my fellow Catholics, my fellow Christians, all people of goodwill, is that what matters about a human being is, most of all, the way that person dies. And the way that Alex Pretti died was the way that each and every one of us should hope will be our way when the time comes. He died doing good and, in fact, giving his life for his friend. That is why I want to urge my fellow Catholics, my fellow Christians, Jews, all people of goodwill, during the coming days and weeks when we speak about Alex Pretti, let's not get caught up in the this and that of politics. Let's focus on the fact that each of us should live the way that Alex Pretti chose to live and die, in service of others. Let us choose to live in love. As Martin Luther King said, hate cannot win the victory over hate. Only love can win the victory over hate. And in this sentiment, Martin Luther King he could not have done better than to paraphrase the words of the New Testament, that perfect love casts out fear. So I invite all my fellow Catholics, all my fellow Christians, all people of goodwill, to talk about the gift that Alex Pretti gave the world through his way that he chose to die. He lived and died for a purpose. We don't need to wait for our bishops, for priests. We don't even need to wait for the Pope to tell us that Alex Pretti was worthy of admiration and emulation. We can see from the video of the way he died, his final actions, that he was worthy of admiration and emulation. So to everyone who is trying to stir up hate, for everyone who is going against democracy and civil liberties and the rule of law, let's just build up more Alex Prettis, starting with me, starting with you, starting with every person who chooses every day, like Alex Pretti, to live and, when the time comes, die in pure, nonviolent, generous love. May God bless each of you every day of your life.